Every day, when going to school, work, bed, even when eating, drinking, or walking, you would always have that small voice in your head accompanying you. Sometimes it's disturbing, annoying, but also quite hilarious, joyful, and yeah. The small voice in our head is called. Can anybody guess it? Yes, exactly. It's called thoughts. Thoughts come in many different various definitions. They can express your feelings or emotion. They can be written onto a page or a book, like a diary or a novel. They can repeat themselves until they can become bigger than what you think they can be. Now, the thing about thoughts is that it can be put into three categories. These are neutral, negative, and positive. Now, when I say neutral, you guys might already have a thought popping out of blues asking, is there such thing as a neutral thought? Well, I came here to say yes. Neutral as in not being biased, not having an opinion or any strong negative emotions such as criticism, sarcasm, or anger. Basically, the mix of facts and some of the way you speak to yourself in your mind. Now, here's a little demonstration of a neutral thought. This circle will represent your mind. And what I'm going to do for you is just stand here without doing anything. That is a little demonstration of a neutral thought. Now, a negative thought? Every time I hear a negative thought, it feels like my inner self is going to explode because you'd have a barrel of ear-splitting, poisonous thoughts that would just barge into your mind. Now, here's an example that happened to me at school. There's this girl that walks like a model, dresses like a model, and talks like a non-stop grinding machine. But some neutral thought kicked in and asked me, Is she this kind of mean girl? And I realized, you never know, the inside could be different from the outside. So I do realize that she was familiar since she was actually one of my friends. And every time we would meet, she'll be like, Hi, Blanche! And I'm like, whoa, that's some energy you got in there. But yes, I would respond, hi. Now, if you're still confused, here's a little representation of a negative thought. Sorry. This circle will represent your mind again. And what I'm going to do for you is, yes, cross the line. That is a little representation of a neutral thought. Heard of the term cross the lines? Well, there we go. Moving on. What is a positive thought? Well, it can be a motivating thought, like, I can do this. Can you? Shh, yes, I can. Then prove it. There we go. I did it. Or a way by expressing your concern towards somebody or something. Here's an example. The dog seems injured. I think I should help him out. Are you sure he's not gonna bite you? Notice, on every end of my two examples, there are thoughts who question itself, predicting an outcome of what you think might happen. Now, here's a little representation again. This circle will represent your mind again, and what I'm going to do for you to represent a positive thought is just dance around here expressing your joy to the world. Now, positive thoughts are thoughts you'd always look forward to. For those of you who explain, not always, do you look forward to positive thoughts? Well, I do. Now, is that all I have to say? No. Remember when I said thoughts repeat themselves until it can become bigger than what you think it can be? When thoughts repeat themselves endlessly, they begin to create a rhythm, and your heart drums with it, and until it becomes a voice of reassurance, beliefs, dreams. When you struggle in an event, test, or exam, even before or after them, you'd mostly have them, those thoughts or dreams. But by dreams, I'm not talking about falling asleep in the middle of a class with a boring professor's explanation and dreaming of another world. I'm talking about what you think. Putting your skills into innovation, into your work, into your tasks. You're a generator, and everyone is. Thoughts can be small, big, they can come in many different sizes and shapes. But remember, even one small thought can lead to something big. Now, before entering this room, I had a choice. And I knew that once I entered this room, I would be recorded. And the whole world, you, would see me. Some words started to appear, like failure. This word thundered in me. And my heart kept on pounding in my ears, and I scrambled for some reasons, but I can't, because I kept on saying that I'm going to fail. I won't make it, because one small mistake can lead to a huge failure. But, Blanche, you can do it. If you believe in yourself, you believe in a better world. Sometimes, when you think, other thoughts start to appear. Thoughts are made to twirl and swirl. Thoughts are made to question yourself. It's the natural being, the natural self. And yes, I do believe in a better world. If you look around you, wherever you are, you're surrounded by people, things, and many other things. Look at the people around you. Look at us. Humans. We're different, unique from one another, but also similar in a way. At every situation, you're being followed by your thoughts. That gives you a difficult choice, negative or positive. Putting fire on fire is not going to help extinguish a blaze. I was taught that. And water is the only solution to put the blaze out. Same thing goes to negative thoughts and positive thoughts. So, to get rid of negative thoughts, you have to imagine reassuring and comforting positive thoughts that surround the negative thoughts. This helps you to give a positive outcome. This helps to overcome the bad thoughts. Note, we all have a mind that twirls and swirls. Thank you very much for having me.